Hello everyone, welcome back to again my YouTube channels. Today the front of you again I have come to taking one new topics from the book of 10th class. That book name is there First Flight. And which topics today I am going to recite the front of you. That topic is here one poem from this book. And this poem sentences today I am going to interpret in one language. If you will read out that all sentences from that poem, then I think actually you will not be able to understand too very quick, because that all sentences have been written by Jones Berryman. Jones Berryman is a poet of this poem, and there are so many tough words, there are so many tough sentences. Due to that, you will feel to some hassle in understanding of that all sentences significance. That's why I have thought of that. If I shall tell of this poem according of my own statement, then you will feel to very easiest to understanding of these all sentences point, and you will not get of any disturbance in understanding, in grasping. So my everyone's just become to ready for listening of these all sentences from that poems. Which poems today I am to have the front all of you in English to English, because this poem I am not wanting to explain in interpreting in English to Hindi. I have one aim in my life, that is this. Actually most of the students are reading in private school and more any private community, and if they are reading there, they are investing lots of the money the back of English learning, the back of any standard knowledge gaining. I have thought of that. If sitting in home, if you listen to most of the time in English to English interaction by each and other speaking, and continually you will follow in your life, then really I think you have not need to take off any class to going in any English institute, whether in any private institute. You will learn to self following to everything, whatever things you are listening by each and other person speaking, that all those things you can observe to very nice in one times listening, one in one time looking. So this is my purpose to tell of these all poems, whether these all stories from that books in English to English. And if this time or English will become to very strong, then when you will go to more and more any ahead class, you will feel to most and most easiest of our English speaking and in English related of everything. So my all dear student, now I am going to one the points. Which points today I have to tell the front of you. Please keep awareness of our listening, and I think if you will keep up our awareness of our listening skills, I think all those sentences you will understand too very well without having of any perturbance and without taking of any issue. So everyone, please focus on my sentences. Which sentence I shall speak the front of you, that sentence you listen carefully and you go to understand too well. There is the topic here, the ball poem, and this poem has been written by George Berryman. And what is he wanting to tell about of the ball poem? That things I must follow, I must know. Then let you listen. Here is telling, in this poem there is one boy, he is little, and also there is coming self of the poet in this poem. This little boy plays a ball just near upon harbor, and while playing of that ball is gone to bouncing merrily in the harbor water. And when the ball is gone in that harbor water, just that little boy goes the near of that harbor, and he looks all over the harbor water, but he doesn't find of that ball. Where has gone of that ball, he is not finding. When he doesn't find of that ball, then becoming in disappointed minds, he sitting just beside of the harbor, and he keeps on staring to all over the place. He waits of that wall finding again and again to sitting in that harbor near, but every times he expect of that ball will come the near to me, the ball will come near to me. After taking of that, I shall be gone away to my home. But as he is thinking according that, actually there was not happening. When the ball is gone away in that harbor, actually you are knowing already of that in harbor there is so much water, and in that so much waters, that ball is gone away to flowing in any other direction of that harbor. Then actually also I think of that ball can't reach that near of that child anyway in his life. After some time, here is telling when the time is passed till longer time to sitting the near of that harbor, suddenly through that harbor the poet is crossing, and also the poet looks of that little boy who has sitting there becoming to very depressed mind. When he is looking of that, this boy is very depressed, and he is telling of that little boy, my dear son, my dear child, my dear baby, whether my dear little, you have sitting the near of this harbor. Why have you sitting? Actually, which ball has gone in that harbor water? Again, that ball is not to come in your life. I know that again you can't buy of that similarly ball in your life. But I am telling of you one thing: if you follow up that meter, if you will pursue up that meter, then really I think of that. Like this ball, many ball you can achieve in your life. You can find new ball in our future, which is to come in our next life. What is he wanting to tell? The significance about of that points through of that poet I am going to have of you. That poet is telling here, actually without waiting of that lost ball, you go away to home and you invest of this money, which time you are investing here, that time you invest to going in the home, and when you will become successful in education, you will become too successful in your study, then one day really you will get like this ball, and many balls will come in your future, and many balls like this will be losings from all of us life. And also when you are playing of that ball, I saw that ball to going merrily in that harbor water. And also you know, my dear little, there is not of little water in this harbor, there is so much water in this harbor, and if the ball may have gone in that water of that harbor, then really that ball is not situating in the single place. That ball may be jumping, whether may be skipping in all over the water of this harbor, and where may have gone of that ball, also you can't conjecture about of that lost ball. I know this is the ball of a dime, that is not of high cost, and which thing is lost. Actually we should not be depressed the back of that lost thing. He is wanting to motivate of that child. Actually you know, my dear son, whatever is lost from all of us life, for that we should not worry, and whatever things we are finding, actually we should not lose of that things from all of us life. The star shines for those people who doesn't disappoints from any difficulties, from any problems. What do you understand, my all your? Actually he is wanting to motivate of that child. Actually जो खो गया उसके लिए रोया नहीं करते, जो पा लिया उसे खोया नहीं करते। मेरे प्यारे बच्चे, सितारे तो उन लोगों का चमकते हैं जो कभी परेशानियों से घबराया नहीं करते। आई एम टेलिंग ऑफ यू नाउ फॉर ए लिटिल बॉय, व्हाई आर यू वरिंग so much to sitting in this place? I am telling of you, you go home, and going to home you study hard, and when you will become success in your life, then like this many ball will come, means many great opportunity will come in your life, and you will be crossing of that, you will be confronting from that things, in our life, and you will be very great in our future. After listening of this matter, also that child is thinking and he is meditating of that actually who is the front of you, who is front of me, who is elder than me. Actually that person is telling to correct of this task. Actually I should not waste of the time to sitting the near of that harbor, and again standing from that place he is going to be to home, and going to home he start to study. And so after that he may have success in his life. I think the person who is the true laborer, that person one day really they get very great success in their life. And also the God helps of those people who is very struggler, who is very worker, who is very careful person, the back of their duty. Really one day in the life of those people, on the life of those person, very great success comes, and actually they feel too very proud on their success. This poem's matter is over there. The student who has understood of that exactly of this poem statements, then please like, subscribe, and you have need to more like this video. I shall be uploading like this many video to explaining in English to English, and I think of that after listening to so much of this all explanation in English, also our communication skills will be improved. Thanks. Nice.